We shining like a billion suns. We must be the chosen ones. Praying that His will be done. Lord, come get us out the slums.
Shining like the sun. You know we shining, know we shining. Shining like the sun. You know we shining, know we shining.
We shining like a billion suns. We must be the chosen ones. Praying that His will be done. Lord, come get us out the slums.
Man, what's the deal, y'all? You already know what it is. Back in this with another video, though. Pump out to my young boys. Maybe girls, but no, today, you know, I want to hop on here because today is the last day of my 3-day fast. You know, if you don't know, actually, before I get into that, shout out to New Breed. Shout out to bro. That was his song right there called Chosen Ones Part 2. You can find that. Oh! Don't try this at home, kids. You can find that. Damn, let me back myself up some. You can find that over there on his channel. New Breed Universal. I don't think that angle is better, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Nah. Can I get some light though? Why it's so dark in here? But no, it's straight. We'll just rock like this. See if I roll the window down. I don't know why it's so dark, but as long as y'all can hear me, we good though. You can find that song over there on New Breed Universal, ENT. And yeah, man. You know, also speaking of New Breed, you know, he the one that put us out on the group fast. You know, all praise to the Most High. Cause, you know, Lord knows we had our strongholds that needed to get broke. So, you know, him putting out there to do that group fast, you know, that was right on time. I was already considering fasting a little bit before that. You know, it's funny. Me and my significant other, we was just talking about fasting a little bit ago. So this was really right on time. And yeah. So I guess now I'm on my way right now to break the fast. But I guess now we can talk about a little bit of like kind of what I experienced throughout the fast. And it's snowing bad. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's snowing kind of bad. But anyway, what I was kind of experiencing during the first few days, I feel like the first day was the worst. Nah, that was the day where I really wasn't trying to, you know, complain too much, but I really wanted to complain. I found myself kind of wanting to complain a lot that day. Just thought, brother. All right, hopefully that's good. I found myself wanting to complain a lot that day because it just was hard, you know. It was hard. And, you know, I've fasted before. I fasted for multiple days. I went multiple days without food before. This one was, you know, but I haven't done it in a while, so I was a little bit out of practice with it. And, yeah, like I said, that first day, it just felt like it's going to be a long couple days, you know. I was cheating a little bit because that first day I was drinking I was taking like swigs of like juice for like taste, but then I end up just only sticking to water after that. But I didn't consume any food at all. But yeah, though, still regardless, that first day just was like, damn, okay, I'm feeling this. Like, all right, I ain't eating, I'm feeling it. Whoa, and that was kind of that. You know, it wasn't really much to talk about the first day. The second day was straight. Like, I didn't really feel any pains or nothing like that. Second day, I did wake up feeling very tired. Tired as in not even like where I'm sleepy, but I felt like not sleepy tired, but I felt like exhausted, like weak tired. Like I felt real weak. You know, I felt very what's the word I'm looking for? I just use weak. You know, I felt weak. My body felt weak. I just felt very weak. But I ended up, you know, doing a little bit of workouts, and then, you know, the feeling kind of went away after a while, and I ended up going outside. Now, going outside was pretty major, because that's where I really start feeling some effects. Like when I was outside and I just was chilling outside, like I just felt real in tune with the world, like with the earth rather, with like nature. I just kind of was like out there. I was out there. When I was outside, I kind of like I just really felt in tune with the earth. Like that was my main thing with the outside. I'm trying to get all this right. That was my thing with the outside. Outside was vibey, you know. I went out there, pretty much was kind of like in the meditative state. I didn't even have to really close my eyes or anything like that. I just kind of stared at a tree for like an hour, and it felt real good to just be outside. I wasn't thinking about nothing. You know, I wasn't really having any kind of worries, no kind of earthly worries or nothing like that. I wasn't really thinking about, you know, people or nothing like that. I just was completely okay with just being present in that moment and just being here and looking at a tree. You know, that was bringing me the most joy, you know, just being able to just be outside and look at that tree and just breathe in some, you know, fresh air. That was kind of like the highlight for sure. And yeah, and I'll say when nighttime came around, it was harder to sleep, you know, a lot of tossing and turning, and yeah, I feel like it was a lot of tossing and turning. It was hard to sleep, but when I did go to sleep, I did sleep, and that was cool. And then going into day 3, you know, I did some workouts, so I woke up feeling a little feeling tired again. You know, that was kind of the main trend, you know, feeling sort of word I'm looking for, feeling like weak. I'm gonna just keep using weak because I can't think of the word, but I did just keep feeling weak, you know, and that was like my main thing for real until, you know, I got my workouts in, and then I was eventually able to kind of like shake it off a little bit. But yeah, and then I will say that second night before the third day, I almost went down a rabbit hole of just looking at food. It started getting to me. I was starting to think about what I was gonna eat. Then I started looking at menus and all of that stuff, and stuff just started looking good, and I'm like, nah, let me get on out of here. Let me get on out of here. I was really trying to avoid like any temptation of food. I really didn't even want to talk about food for real while I was doing it. You know, just to be on the straight. I didn't want to talk about food. And again, back to that first day, you know, even though I felt real weak throughout the first day and I wanted to complain and all that type of stuff, I stayed away from doing that. You know, I feel like it was almost, that first day was almost kind of like a depression a little bit. And I was questioning, you know, thinking like, you know, I'm thinking like, I'm not supposed to be depressed, you know, this is like, you know, this ain't right, or whatever. But then now that I'm thinking about it right now though, honestly, you know, I feel like that was just a necessary, you know, part of the growing process. You know, you gotta sit up there and go through those lows to get to the highs. So, like right now, this is the first time, I'll probably say this is the first time I've really been like, I've talked. I mean, I've had little conversation, you know, but this is the first time that I really feel like I've just talked to y'all. And then, you know, I'm doing this to talk to y'all, and I feel great. You know, I feel very invigorated, right? I do. So it's just like, all praises, man, all praises. You know, I get to share this experience with y'all, and you know, I just feel good. I just feel good right about now. I'm about to hit this spot, this local spot called Brightmoor Family Grill, and yeah, I'm pretty much jump back on here and show y'all what I got in a bit. So y'all about to see this smackaroni. This mug about to go bonkers. But no, another thing though with the fasting, before I get into that, I feel like it definitely did something with the whole, you know, with the wanting to smoke marijuana. You know, I feel like that's went down, because I feel like the state that I'm in right now, I just feel like clean. Like I feel like a blank slate right about now. And you know, right now I just don't want to put that in my body. You know? So definitely the fasting helped with that. If you're struggling with marijuana addiction, substance addiction, whatever. And yeah, that definitely consider fasting, because I don't know what it is. Like I just said though, actually I do. Like I said, I don't really want to sit up there and put that in my body right about now. Like as I think about it, it's like, nah. I'm just about to get these eats. So that's another thing I wanted to add. But I'm about to pull up to this spot. I will be back on y'all in a minute. This the spot, y'all. This mug. Look at that menu. They got the Jamaican vibes. That's really what I was messing with. I'm about to dabble with that over there. No, not that. Where it's at. Not a burger. It's a wrap. I'm about to get that jerk chicken wrap, y'all. I don't even see it no more, but it's on there. Ooh, they got a salmon burger. I shouldn't have seen that. There's a lot of stuff in here that looks crazy. Jerk chicken wrap, that's where it's at. I'm about to get that. Probably about to play with that macaroni. I ain't gonna be fake. I know carbs, I know. But I gotta do it. I gotta play with all the macaronis I come across. I'm a Mac addict, y'all. And then, what I see? I seen something else, then I'm about to dabble with that. That right there. Cornbread $1. Yes, I'm on that. I just might get some greens too, though. Vegetable medley. I need some vegetables. I'm gonna see what kind of vegetables come inside that wrap, but I might grab some more veggies. And then I was saying something down here that looked wild. I gotta spin the block to try that. Jerk quesadilla, but I really want to try that oxtail quesadilla. Oxtail quesadilla is wild, y'all. But the menu go dummy. A lot of different stuff on here. They got pieces. There's a little spot in the hood too. We about to see though. We here, y'all. I can't even play with it. Y'all see the honey cornbread glistening. Y'all see them veggies, steam still coming off the veggies. We got the mac, and we got the jerk chicken wrap. Man, that mug looks delectable. We about to get into it. We ain't about to waste no time. It's on.
All they energy is spent on social media these days, but we really in in the field. If you real, catch the wave, catch a vibe, catch a plane. So alive and unchained. Hey, it's time to celebrate life. Cause we some rats in the sewers. Must learn to maneuver shit light in the ruins. Your vibe shake the river, cause we wise and we prudent. Soul therapy, these moments can be captivating. Vibe check, we on Soul Glow Activator. This that agape, moving like Soul Train. This that made it this far when there was no way. Soul therapy, these moments can be captivating. Vibe check, we on Soul Glow Activator. This that agape, moving like Soul Train. This that made it this far when there was no way.
It's that made it this far when there was no way.
This that reality shit.